Hey everybody, it's Kate Quinn from Janome America. I'm very excited to welcome you to my home studio. Today I want to share some of the amazing features of the CM17. We're going to be talking about the embroidery feature, using it for quilting your quilts. We're going to talk about the fabulous quilting hoop that comes with it. Look how big it is. It's awesome. And this is an optional accessory that you can use in conjunction with the included software. And you can see that the magnet looks a little different maybe than the one you might have at home. And it's got these arrows on it that are really important. What they allow you to do is use the AcuSetter software, and now you can position your quilting designs exactly where you want them with these special magnet clamps. So I went ahead and I quilted this up, that main centerpiece right in my quilting hoop, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So come on, let's get this project going. Today I want to talk a little bit about quilting in the hoop and show you some things that can make it easier and give you a few hints that will help you have a beautiful quilted result. You can see that my placemat is in the hoop already. I've marked my center line so that I would know where I want to center the design. I do need my backing and my batting to be a little bit larger than the hoop space. You can see that my top isn't, but as long as I can hoop this backing and it's nice and taut, that's what we need. So when you're working, just make sure you have a little bit of room. I know that I'm going to quilt a little bit out here with some ruler work and free motion. I'm going to put my main center motif in using my embroidery machine. One of the things that makes that so easy for this quilting hoop with the CM17 is this awesome added accessory. This is the magnet clamp attachments, and it's just a bar like this with these arrows on each side, and there's 8 of them, and there's 8 magnets. So when you get the magnet clamps, you're going to snap them into place, one on each of your magnets. And now I can use the AcuSetter app to position just like I would with my other hoops. So to do that, I'm going to show you really quickly. This is my Janome setup right here. We'll open that up. And we're looking for the AcuSetter app, which is this one. And you can see right here, it's aware of what machine that I'm using. It's the CM17, and it's actually connected to my machine. So if it wasn't connected previously, both of these have to be on the same Wi-Fi to be recognized. And then right here, it would say, no machine selected, and you can click on that, and then it would find your machine as long as they're on the same network. So mine are already connected. And I've already loaded my design that I want to use in the machine. So I'll just show you that real quick. So here's the design. Okay. And you're just going to bring that in. Now, I've already done some size adjustment on mine, and we're going to talk about that as well. So you can see right here, the size is 8.6 inches. And this hoop will do bigger than that, about 10 inches or so, depending on how you hoop your product. But I want to make mine smaller, and I'm going to show you why I'm going to make it smaller and how do I do it. So right now, this is just the main sewing mode. If I want to edit the design and edit the size, this is the edit button. And this brings up the design and allows me to do resizing here. I can mirror the design these ways. I can center it on the hoop. I can do some rotation here. I can adjust the colors. There's a lot of different things that I can do right here in this edit screen. And I'll just show you on the size. It's 88. So many machines that have embroidery edit and allow you to resize, they can go 20% up and 20% down from the base size without needing to recalibrate how many stitches that it takes. Once you change the size so dramatically, then you would need more stitches or fewer stitches in order for the design to still look appropriate. So that's why there is a size limitation here on what you can do. And I've gone from 100 down to this 88. And right now you can see it's a little offset. That's because I was already playing with the design. Let me show you what that's going to look like. I'm just going to click OK. And I'm going to go back to my tablet and I'm going to click Receive. Oh, let me click OK here. It knows that I didn't quite do what I needed to do. So it's thinking. You can see. And now it knows what hoop I've got on there, because on this screen I'm already selected my hoop. I have this ASQ, so it knows that. So that should be the same. If you ever notice that the hoop that you have and this are not the same, that's something important that you'll want to correct. Okay? All right, so now let me just show you. I'm going to tip my camera a little so you can watch me as I position my design. So I went ahead and I put it down a little bit lower because you have to hold your screen up pretty high. And I'm going to check and make sure that I can get it all in there with this arrow. And I'm going to lift mine up because I have to get everything in there, so you won't be able to see it for a second. But this dot right here, you want to make sure that it's green before you take it. See how it changes? That's telling you that your view is level. So once I get that positioned and I have the entire hoop in it with all of these clamps, that's when I'm going to take my picture. So right there, I'm trying to get that green, and then I can take the picture. Once you take the picture, this is what it's going to look like. These little arrows right here, they're oriented the way they need to go, and you can see then up close as I move into position, that's how it's going to know where this is in the hoop. So I'm going to line up all of these marks real quick, just following the guide. It's not complicated. Make sure you follow the arrow directionality. If it's up or to the side, whatever, just make sure you follow that. Okay, you can see he's lined up, and here's the last one. Okay, once I get them all lined up, this is when I can click my next button. Okay, now it's hard to see on the screen. I'll see if I can bring it up a little closer, but there is a little circle right there. And the reason I made my design a little smaller is the circle was out here, and I want it to fit just inside the red so that it looks really intentional. So I'm going to adjust the position like this, move the circle right into the center where I want it, side to side. So right there it's lined up, and then right here I've got it right in the middle. Okay, so looks pretty good to me. The circle is centered right over that space. This is also tilt. You're able to change the position just slightly if you just need to follow your orientation. Mine has a straight line right there, and these lines are pretty much parallel. So I'm just going to leave it like that because it's already squared to the center. Once you get that, click your next button. And what it's telling you now is just letting you check some things. There are some tool options right here that I can select. I can move a little, I can rotate, I can plus it up just a little bit or not. But I've already sized it perfectly there to fit in there. So I don't want to do any of those, but those are available. So I'll go ahead and turn that off. Once I've got it positioned, I know that this will fit in the hoop. I can see the line of the border for the design, and now I'll click send. I want it to go to my CM17. And now what it's done is it's sent it back to the machine in the proper place. So let's go ahead and go back to the machine and we'll see what that looks like. Now that it's sent the design back and it's properly positioned based on the AcuSetter app, I want to show you a couple things in settings that are useful when you're quilting in the hoop. Go ahead and select your gear, and we're going to go to the embroidery settings. Right here where you see one stitch stop and mine is off, I'm going to turn that on. What it's going to do is when the quilting starts, it's going to take one single stitch and then it will stop, just like it says. And that's going to allow me to pull up this top thread here and bring my bobbin thread up to the top. And that's important when we're quilting because we don't want anything happening on the back that we're not controlling. That's the same thing I would do if I was free motioning. With embroidery, that's not as important because often the back of something is not what is showing, it's the front. But with quilting, we want to make sure both our front and our back look equally good. My setting right here is all the way up on max speed, and then make sure you set the OK button to save your settings. Now, we're ready to start quilting, right? We're on the sewing screen, and I can see the center plus of my design. The circle that we talked about is the center, and so that's where it should start sewing first. So let's get in a little bit closer, and I'll show you real quick. I've got my speed all the way up at this moment, and here's my one stitch stop. Okay. And what that does is lets me pick up that bobbin thread. Okay. And now we're ready to sew. I'm just going to hold this for just a little bit, let it take a first couple of stitches, get anchored, and then I'll cut those off. So this is a good sign because the circle's just going to fit right inside that red, and my lines here are fitting just right inside that red. So I've got some assurance that the design is going to do what I want. Stitching just beautifully right now. It's a little fluffy on there. Real quick, I'll just show you if for any reason you might want to slow down, right? You can just use your slider bar. I love that. I love that I don't have to go back in settings. I can keep it at the highest possible speed, but if I want to make an adjustment for the thread or the batting or anything like that, it's very easy to just use the slider and make those controls happen. So we'll let it go faster. This design does not take very long. It's pretty quick. I've got a center motif planned for here, and I'm going to augment with a circle, a big circle around this to make a wreath, and then I'm going to put some quilting with my ruler work and my stitch regulator right into those center squares. That'll help fill that in, and I'm going to use my Janome straight ruler to just put some straight lines. I want to keep the quilting very simple and very flat. I don't want anything complicated, so that if a bowl or a plate are sitting on there, that I want the placemat to lay as flat as it can, just to keep everything nice and even, so it won't have any topsy-turvy things going on. So there, it's completing my circle. It was a little bit on one side wider and on the two sides tighter, so that's exactly how we had positioned it in the app. And it went ahead and it cut our threads right there. You can turn this off if you don't want it to cut, right? But we're finished, so we're okay. I'll have to snip my little butterfly on the back there. And let me show you what a good job that it did with that positioning. So pretty much exactly what we were seeing when we were lining that up. That's a little tighter this way and a little, there was a little space on one or two sides and it was tighter on those other sides. So nicely centered. I can even put a little motif in there if I want to. And basically now this is stabilized and I can go ahead and put the rest of my ruler work designs in there. So I hope you enjoyed seeing that and how you can use the AcuSetter app along with these fabulous additions. These are the magnetic clamp attachments. Highly, highly recommended if you have the CM17 so that you can use it on your ASQ27D hoop, which is your quilting hoop. So you can see, I'll just go ahead and take these off. What you're adding is this bar right here, and it just clamps right onto your existing magnet. And then these allow you to use the app. So give that a try. Really great for placing. Makes it so much easier. Have a great day.